This is a obtuse film in association with We Don't Know What We're Doing productions of some of the unusual things you'll find in one of the great southern states. And we figured we'd start out with some fine looking cars. Now there is a Cadillac that looked like Tony Soprano might have used that car in a getaway or something. It sure is pretty when you're standing here looking at it. And they've got 5 acres of land here. Now there's one that's sold. It's not in the best shape, but I guess somebody's going to fix it up. But there's all kinds of cars here, and there's a couple that I really wanted to show you that I think everybody will be interested in. I know I don't have any idea what one of them is, and here's one that I remember back in the 40s up in Wisconsin. I had a neighbor that had one of these. This is one of those old V12 Lincolns, 2-door car, and it was quite a car for its day. And this one here is a 1941, and it's got a price tag on it of $15,000, and it's called the Lincoln Continental. It was quite a car in its days. It was an expensive car. It's before Lincoln and Ford started making smaller cars. But here's one here I think you'll recognize. Now, I doubt that this is the one that was used in the movie, but out here you just never know. That's the General Lee, and it's marked at $17,000, and I can prove that it's the General Lee because there's the name right up on top. And right behind the old General, this must be Lieutenant Lee with an old Cadillac convertible, beautiful, $8,500. Body's not in that good a shape, but these were the days when the old timers say, oh, they really built them back then. Well, I don't know. That looks more like a land yacht. Looks like it ought to have a sail on it rather than an engine. Those old cars used to fall apart pretty quick. The new cars today last a lot longer and, well, much prettier, I think, in most cases. Now here comes one that this is what caught my eye as I was going by, and I don't know what it is, but it sure is. It says on the front that it's possibly a Jaguar, but it says Mark V. I guess that's 4, I think. And so this could be a Lincoln. I'm not really that sure on what it is, but it's gorgeous. And it's got a very, very unusual. I don't know whether this car has already been redone or it came this way. I doubt that it came this way. It's got a beautiful Continental kit on it for you Continental kit fans. But it sure is unusual to say the least. I don't think I could get in it. It's really small. The passenger compartment's got a door of about, I'd say 2 feet wide by 3 feet high. And the car itself looks huge, but it's really not. It's only about, I'd say about 12, 14 feet. So that's just one line of cars. They've got 5 acres here. And of course, there's the greatest car ever built. I was thinking of buying me one. I think I could throw a little turtle wax on that and buff it out, and by golly, it'd probably turn a pretty penny over there at Jarrett Barrett Jackson auction. This is what we used to call a small car. Today it's a full-size car. It's a Ford Falcon, I think. And that car, this is the station wagon version. It never was much of a car. I think this is the car, if you hit it in the back, it exploded. I guess that'd hold down the sales of most cars if you had one that would explode on you. I remember I hit one. I had a Lincoln one time, and I hit one in the back, and I didn't even feel it. Boy, that woman got out of that car, and she says, "Oh my God, that car is going to blow up, and this and that." And nothing ever happened. Now here's a Studebaker, which I guess you'd consider this a fixer-upper. It's doesn't have any back window, doesn't have any back anything. I don't even think turtle wax take care of that. No, that's just dying of old age. I think it's dead. I don't think you can put that on a respirator. There's nothing there. You talk about a rust bucket. That is a rust bucket. And then over here we have New Prospect Fire Department, wherever New Prospect Fire Department is. So for all you fans of fire trucks, we got engine number 3 from New Prospect Fire Department. And like I say, I have no idea where that is. And it seems to be a Chevrolet. I wasn't aware that Chevrolet had made fire trucks. Obviously they made this one. They call it a Viking. It's got all of its equipment, but almost looks like it'd probably run in an emergency or get somebody who can fix it. Here's a... Boy, they got some junk. I mean, they got some real junk here. But if you're looking for a car to rebuild or get your mother-in-law to move out of the house, buy her one of these, and I'll guarantee you she'll be gone in no time. Here's one you buy her. This is a great mother-in-law car. You get this one for her. And now there's no windows in it. I'm sure they fell out years ago. Who knows if there's an engine in it? But you present her with that car, and that woman will be gone. And you'll never see her again. And she ain't gonna be able to get much in it either. I don't even know what it is. It's some kind of... All I know, it's a piece of junk to me. Might be somebody else's treasure. And here's a foreign car that I think you might be interested in. This is quite a piece of work, I guess in its day it wasn't much, and it isn't much now. I think it's an MG. I guess they were so proud of it, they took the tags, the names off the car, and that must be MG Junior sitting next to it, because that's even smaller. Yeah, that is an MG, but it's a total mess. Well, anyway, folks, you've seen a little bit of the interesting things of the part of the South that I'm in. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's an interesting place. There's a lot of things to see if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Now, if you want a load of bumpers, I know where you can get a load of bumpers. And there's another foreign car. And there's a Skyliner. That's the one where the back opened up, the roof folded up into the trunk. That was, boy, I'll tell you, that was a car. That car was meant to die the day it came out. It was just a piece of junk. This is the rustiest of all the cars I've seen. Well, anyway, there's another MG. They got a whole bunch of MGs here in various states of disrepair. I wouldn't even call it disrepair. I'd call it throwing it out of a B-52 at about 80,000 feet and having it land in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And here's one. Years ago, they'd call this a 4-body trunk, but the trunk's all rusted out, so if there was anybody in there and they were still alive, they'd fall right out of the bottom of it. And I'll be darned, look at this, a stretched limousine, and it looks like what appears to be a possible Lincoln. I mean, I don't know, this thing's been hit in every direction, plus it doesn't even have a name on it. I don't think you could even pull this thing. My God, I never saw a car like this. This thing looks like it was hit by a train. The interior of it is filled with old bottles and probably a couple of bodies in there. Wow. I don't know how many times it's been bondoed. The bondo's peeling off, as you can see. And I'd say it's probably about 50 years old. Oh, it's a Rolls Royce of all things. How about that? There, I'll show you the wheel cover. A Rolls Royce. So there you go. Now you know a Rolls Royce lasts a long time, even in bad condition. Whether they run or not, that's a whole other thing. Well, I'm going to say goodbye now. And hope you enjoyed the tour. There's a lot of memories in here. I've either been in these cars or had my dad own 1 or 2 of these type of cars. And this one takes this is the winner. This appears to be a Chevrolet 2-door coupe, and it is 100% rust. So you couldn't, I don't know, I guess you could do something with it. There you go, folks. Thanks for taking the time to watch it with me.